So let's talk a little bit about the Army's E4 Mafia. What is going on, guys? So the other day I made a video talking about 5 types of soldiers that you do not want to be in the Army or at basic training specifically, and somebody left a comment talking about E4 Mafia and wanted me to talk a little bit about that and what that was. And I thought that was actually a pretty interesting topic because I've maybe in some live streams or something here and there I've talked about the E4 Mafia just a little bit, but for those of you who don't really know Army lingo or anything, and you don't know what the heck is he talking about E4 Mafia, like what is that? Or if you are somebody who has heard of that before and you want to know like what it is more specifically, or like how that came to be, like why is it called the E4 Mafia, that's what I'm going to talk about today. So I thought this would be kind of funny here to actually read the Urban Dictionary definition of the E4 Mafia. And it says that the E4 Mafia is an unofficial gang of the specialist rank in the U.S. Army, notorious for knowing more than the E5 sergeants, and normally too much for their own good. Squad leaders are usually very pissed off when secret plans reach the E4 Mafia before they even hear about it. So basically saying that the E4, the specialists, the E4 Mafia, they really know what's going on at all times, everywhere. They're just like this group of people. Now when you read these definitions and stuff, it's really just, it's kind of almost like a joke, right? Talking about the E4 Mafia. The real reason that it's called the E4 Mafia is because a lot of times whenever you're in the Army, or I guess across other branches as well, but the Army specifically, I know that for sure, a lot of times when you reach the rank of E4 or specialist, people tend to just stay there for a long period of time and they don't rank up to E5 or a sergeant. Whether they want to or they don't want to, they just stay at the rank of E4. And across the Army, the E4 rank is the largest in the entire Army. So there's about 500,000 or so active duty soldiers that are in the military, and about 100,000 of those are specialists. Like one rank in the entire Army takes up like 1/5 of the entire force. Like it's ridiculous. Like to put it in comparison, I was looking at some stats. There's about 7,000 second lieutenants. So my current rank, there's like 50,000 like PFCs and whatnot. So like the E4 rank is by far and away the largest in the entire Army, and that's kind of one of the reasons that people just call it the E4 Mafia. It's just this group of people that they have some responsibilities, but because they are an E4 and they're not a non-commissioned officer, they don't have all of the troubles that an NCO has to deal with. So a lot of times people reach the rank of specialist and they just stop. They're like, all right, I don't want to deal with all of the hassles that comes with being an NCO, going to BLC and doing all that stuff. So you'll see people who stay specialists because they don't want the responsibilities of being a sergeant, and so they'll pass things off. A lot of times if you're a specialist, you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what's going on. I'm just a specialist. If you're a sergeant, you can't do that. If you're an E5, if you're a non-commissioned officer or higher, like you can't really, just be like, oh, I don't know what's going on, because it's like a part of your job. As a non-commissioned officer, you really should know what's going on to help the lower enlisted soldiers, the E1s through the E4s. So for E4s, you're the top of the ladder whenever it comes to the lower enlisted, but if you make that next leap up, right, to E5, you're going to be the bottom of the ladder whenever it comes to non-commissioned officers. So people, like I said, they will stay at that rank for a long period of time, and they'll know what's going on. And when I mean a long period of time, like it only really should take you about a year or two to make it to E5, but people will stay as a specialist for freaking like 5-10 years or so, for a very, very long time, to the point where I'm like, why are you still in the military when you've been E4 for forever? So whenever you are a PFC and you get promoted to a specialist, like pretty much right off the bat, people are going to like welcome you into the E4 Mafia, and people will just refer to the specialist rank in the military or in the Army as E4 Mafia, and that's pretty much all it is. There's really nothing special about it. Like it's not like a literal gang of people in the military. It's just something that we refer to the specialist rank as E4 Mafia because there's so many freaking E4s in the Army. So that's pretty much it, but I thought it'd be pretty fun to read off some of the other Urban Dictionary definitions of the E4 Mafia. So the E4 Mafia is upper junior enlisted Army soldiers with loyalties to protecting all E1 through E4 against the seemingly unstoppable power of the NCO support channel. So it's like their job as the E4 Mafia is to protect the lower enlisted soldiers from the NCOs. And it says that they're often the biggest contributor to spreading false rumors And it says that they are often the biggest contributor to spreading false information around the unit, and it says that they are often the biggest contributor in spreading false information around the unit, and the leading reason specialists evade doing mundane, dirty work. So basically, if you're a specialist, you're the top dog of the lower enlisted, remember, and a sergeant, some NCO tells you something to do, like, oh, we need to clean something, then the top dog of the lower enlisted, I'm a specialist, oh, I can tell private so-and-so, PFC so-and-so, to do it instead. So that's kind of some way that they can abuse their power without actually having a whole lot of power. And this last one I'm going to read here is, it says the term E4 Mafia refers to the network of specialists and sometimes corporals who do most of the things that actually get done in the Army. Not all E4s are in the Mafia, but by the time you get to E4, they've probably done something for you, and by the time you finish being an E4, you'll probably have done something for them too. They are the support personnel in positions where they know what is going on, they know what is going to happen, and they know that guy who can get things done that you need to get done. So that is it for this video, kind of just a little definition of the E4 Mafia, just a little explanation of what it is. So now, from now on, if anybody ever talks about the E4 Mafia, you know what the heck they are talking about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, that would be awesome. If you want to check out some more videos, hit the subscribe button, that would be even better. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, Snapchat, social media links are right here. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you later.